Well, hello there, my little spookies, and welcome back to 31 Films of Halloween, Day Dos. If you like this video, and why don't you? You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Another Scream Queen 76. This queen here. Today we're going to travel back to the 80s, specifically 1985, to a little movie called House. This is a B-grade, popcorn munching kind of nostalgia vibe from my past. This movie was rented quite a bit when I was younger from a little mom and pop video place called Brewers Movie Club in, shout out to Madison, North Carolina, where I attended school. Good old days. But House is directed by Steve Miner, who has quite a few impressive credits, including Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3, as well as Warlock and Halloween H2O. The screenplay is by Fred Dekker, and Fred Dekker gave us two really awesome horror movies in the 80s. One is called The Monster Squad, which, and all the time I've been doing these videos, I'm like, how have I not done this one? That's a crime. I didn't even need to fix that. And he also did Night of the Creeps, which, if you have not seen that now, just stop looking at this video. You got my permission. Go ahead and stream it, borrow it from a friend. Just sit and watch it. You will not regret it. It's an awesome film. But House stars William Katt, who is best known for a TV show called Greatest American Hero. And William Katt plays best-selling novelist Roger Cobb. And Roger, unfortunately, has recently lost his aunt. She took her life in the childhood home where he was raised. She basically raised him as a child. So he decides to move back into this house. Roger's got a lot of things happening in his life right now. Bless his heart. He lost his aunt. He's got PTSD from his time during the Vietnam War. He's getting flack from his agent, who is telling him not to make his next project an actual account of his time in the Vietnam War, because he normally sells like thrillers and murder mysteries and such. He's divorced, and his child is missing. His child who went missing in this house. You gonna move back in? Oh, no. I mean, I'm gonna give him a pass because he's all torn up inside and he got the PTSD and all these other things going on. He probably thinks he's gonna find his little boy, who actually disappeared in the backyard pool. Poof, gone, nowhere to be found. Didn't know what happened to him, no explanation. So anyway, Roger moves into this house and starts clickety-clacking on his typewriter, getting his memoir ready. Well, he's introduced to his new neighbor, George Wendt, who everybody knows as the reliable barfly Norm on the hit sitcom Cheers. Well, George is a little concerned with William Katt because he sees like all this strange behavior. He's a little concerned, kind of keep an eye on him like in a neighborly way. Well, this movie takes a huge turn like a quarter of the way through. Like the first quarter of it is very somber and serious, and he's really trying to deal with these issues in his life and trying to just find some therapy within himself to, get past everything. Well, then all of a sudden this movie turns into a crazy ass horror comedy. I was like, what the F? One evening, William Katt hears some strange little sound coming up from a closet in an upstairs bedroom. Well, he goes up there to investigate, opens the closet, and this like big old Lovecraftian beastie thing comes snarling out of there with like these big giant ass claws, teeth, looking like a experiment gone bad, and like scratch. And this is enough for William to have a truck deliver. Oh, I just broke my pen. Damn it. Have a truck deliver all of this camera equipment to set up in this upstairs room because he wanted to catch this beastie. He shows George Wendt all this, and George is like, You okay, friend? You okay up here? Because now you're wearing army fatigues and camera equipment and beasties. So George went, calls his ex-wife and says, yo, you need to check on this dude because something's not correct. I mean, I don't know him as well as you do, but it's worth checking into. So William's ex-wife comes to the house, and this is played by Kay Lenz. And Kay Lenz played in a lot of TV shows, including like ER and Bones, and this really cool short-lived TV show called Midnight Caller. So she shows up. William is not convinced it's her because all of a sudden she like changes into some like prosthetic laden beastie thing. Kind of looks a little bit like the creature from The Substance, but like more 80s rubberized looking. Well, he ends up shooting it, and he thinks he shot his ex-wife, which he didn't. Well, this beastie thing won't stay dead, and it's been chasing him all over the house. Well, finally he disposes of it, chops her up in little bitty pieces, and going to bury her in the backyard. Well, he goes in the backyard, and lo and behold, his little sexy neighbor is in the swimming pool. I don't know about you, but people need to call before they come over to my house. Because George came over at midnight with a bunch of food and some beer. Very nice of him, but it was midnight. And then this thing up in the pool in her bathing suit, like not a care in the world, saying, oh, your aunt let me over all the time. Well, I'm not my aunt. You need to call or text. Carrier pigeon, smoke signal. Any little sign will do. But he's neighborly and nice. And she asks him to do her a favor and babysit her son one evening. He's like, sure, whatever, it's fine. Let me just finish burying these body parts and I'll get right on it. Well, these body parts, one of them won't stay buried because when the neighbor brings her son over to be babysat, this little boy come in, he cute as a button, but he got a hand attached to his back. William Cat's like, brr. So he's chasing him through the house trying to get this hand off of him. The whole movie is just kind of wacky from that point on. There are other scenes, though, that chronicle his why he has PTSD from the Vietnam War. One of his buddies, played by Richard Mall, who everybody knows as Bull from Night Court, gets shot and taken as a prisoner of war. And even though he asked his buddy to do away with him, which he did not. So the whole movie is just wackadoo. It's just good 80s fun. It does have a nice little pretty bow on the end of it, and things are wrapped up a little too neatly. There is a sequel to it, but I'm pretty sure it's unrelated to this first film. So you don't really need to. If you watch the second one before this one, I don't think it's going to make a difference. So I'm going to give House 3 3/4 pumpkins. Just get your popcorn, get your fiddle faddle, get you a moon pie, get something to snack on, get some taquitos, and just enjoy it. So until next time, if you're going to move into a haunted house, you better get some sage, some basil, some oregano, some lemon pepper, some cumin, red pepper flakes,